Akbaruddin.
Honorable Deputy Speaker, Madam. Madam, I thank you and the government for agreeing for a discussion on this very important issue which has been widely discussed in the media as well as the people of our country. Madam, when I stand here to speak on Hyderabad Central University issue, I would like to begin by saying that I am just not alone standing here, but I would like to say that today I am standing here with all the Dalit students of our state and our country. And I'm standing here, I might be the one standing here, but I'm sure with me, the Dalit student Rohit Vemula is also standing. And I would also like to say that myself, my party, and the secular people of the country and all the secular governments and all the secular-minded people are with Rohit Vemula, and they are also with the agitating students of Central University of Hyderabad. And I once again would like to say that it is just not a loss of one life of Rohit Vemula, but it is a loss of a future of a nation. A student who had come to study, a student who came with a hope and aspirations, who had the dream to be something in this life and to serve the nation and to see that our great country, India, becomes more prosperous and strong. And at the same time, I would like to say that to all the supporters of Rohit Vemula, in particular, the mother of Rohit Vemula, that here I stand with her, I stand with them, we are with them, and we are going to fight with them for the justice and to see whatever are the demands of the Hyderabad Central University students are being attended to or are being heard. Madam, also, there is a long documentary history of systematic and organized marginalization of Dalits and Muslims in Indian society. The University of Hyderabad campus has been the center of the ongoing protest that began after the social boycott and suspension of 5 Dalits in 2015 over allegation of violence against other students. These allegations were brought forward by Akhil Bharatiya Vidyarthi Parishad, which is the student wing of the Bharatiya Janata Party, the ruling political party of India. But I would like to come on record and say that none of these allegations of violence were proven, and the students continue to face marginalization by the university authorities. In 2016, one of the 5 students, a 26-year-old PhD scholar, Rohit Vemula, committed suicide. His suicide galvanized student protests across the country. And I do not want to go into the details, but I would want the government to clarify. The matter has already been debated in both the parliament houses of this country, but there are few clarifications which needs to be addressed by our state government, by our Honorable Chief Minister. The reason for me to say that a few clarification and a clear picture needs to be sent across is that the wrongdoings, because the reason is that the Sangh Parivar is seeking to establish their monopoly and harassing the Dalit students. And they are trying to impose their ideology on the students. That is why it is important for the state government to give a clarification. On many things, I would not like to go into the details of the things, but I know very well, the Honorable Chief Minister Sahab and the government knows where they need to clarify. Madam, at the same time, I would also like to say that the incident that's been happening for the past few days in the university campus. Madam, the reason for the ongoing agitation or the law and order problem which is there in University of Hyderabad, what is the reason? The main reason is the return of the Vice Chancellor. So now the question arises, I had heard people little while back speaking about the hate speech. When one individual gives a hate speech, he is not allowed to go anywhere. He is not allowed to address a public meeting. He is not allowed to move from his state or from his city. But the question and the answer given to that, if this particular individual is allowed, there will be a law and order problem. So I would like to know from the government, why didn't the state authorities, the police, stop the return of the Vice Chancellor? I know he is the VC, he has the right to come, but we have provisions in law with which we can stop, because it is going to create a law and order problem. We talk about this happened, and I've been reading the newspapers and saying that if the police would not have acted, there would have been a very serious law and order problem. Yes, there would have been a serious law and order problem, but you could have avoided by stopping him. The second thing is that, as per my information, there is an FIR against Appar Rao Sahab, is registered under SC/ST Act. Recently, he went to High Court for a relief, but High Court rejected his appeal. Now I would like to ask, why the police is not arresting him immediately? If the police would have arrested him, he went for a relief to High Court. High Court didn't give him a relief. So why didn't the police arrest VC? They didn't arrest. They allowed him to go there. He went there. All the ruckus started. All the garbage started over there. And what, madam, at the same time, what sort of a role was played by the police? Madam, I congratulate the government for allowing Kanhaiya to come to our city to address. At one side, we allow Kanhaiya to come and address. Yes, right of speech is there. I appreciate and I hail the decision of state government for allowing him. But at the same time, it is so sad that we didn't stop the VC from entering the campus. We didn't arrest them. The police didn't arrest them. Madam, and again, Amnesty International has condemned the police crackdown on peaceful protesting University of Hyderabad students and faculty, people also were protesting. And madam, the way in which they were arrested, it is condemnable. And I would request and make a demand to the government to have an inquiry done into whether it was the real state government police officials who arrested the students and faculty members, or it was the security of the university, or it was the elements of Sangh Parivar in khaki dress who arrested and beaten up the innocent students and faculty members of the university. This needs to be inquired, madam. Madam, on 22nd of March, the police assaulted the protesting students in the campus when the students were protesting against the return of the VC. When the violence against students in the university cannot under any circumstances be justified. Allegations of sexual violence and threats by the police to women students must be investigated, madam. And those suspected of being responsible must be prosecuted. An executive director of Amnesty International has said this. I also make the same demand, madam. Madam, I would like to bring across, I don't know whether Honorable Home Minister Saab is aware of this. Male police have brutally grabbed, molested, tossed and beat the female students and faculty members. Female faculty members were grabbed by their hair. They were grabbed by their hair into vans. Male students were swept inside the van and were beaten without mercy. And the students, and one of the student by name Akshita Chitla, a student told Amnesty International, she told, madam, a student told, I was dragged outside from the VC's office where I was protesting. Police told us not to behave like. I cannot use that sentence in this August House. I cannot use that, madam. It will be unparliamentary. But with the kind permission, I would like to read out that sentence. Told us to, I was protesting, the police told us not to behave like prostitutes. I'm sorry for using this word, but this is there on the Facebook. And threatened us with rape. They threatened that student with rape. It is there. This needs to be inquired. It might be an allegation. And she also said most of my friends who were girls were slapped and kicked by male and female police officers. 25 students and faculty members among protesters have been arrested for allegedly vandalizing the Vice Chancellor's office. I would like to question the people who say Bharat Mata. क्या ये भारत मां की इज्जत है इस मुल्क में? क्या ये इस तरीके से भारत मां की बेटी के साथ सुलूक किया जाता है? क्या ये इंसिडेंट भारत मां के ऊपर एक कलंक नहीं है? मैं पूछना चाहता हूं, who always keep on shouting Bharat Ma, what is this? Is this not a kalank on Bharat Ma? I would like to ask. A woman been dragged and been said that she would be raped. Where are those people, I would like to ask, who claim and shout and scream and say Bharat Ma, Bharat Ma? क्या भारत में मां की ये इज्जत है? भारत में क्या बेटी की ये इज्जत है? भारत में क्या एक स्टूडेंट की ये इज्जत है? क्या भारत में आज दलित की ये इज्जत है? भारत में क्या मुसलमान की आज ये इज्जत है? And one more, madam, Uday Bhanu, University of Hyderabad student, president of Madiga Student Federation, is one of the many students who was admitted in hospital by the police assault. He said there are injuries across his body, including blood clot in his ear. The doctors suspect internal bleeding. And then the food was stopped. The media was stopped to enter. Media can come in assembly, but media cannot have an entry in Hyderabad Central University. What is this, man? Why is this? Why was the mess closed? Why was the drinking water facility shut down? Why was the food not being allowed in the campus, preventing the essential commodities to reach the university campus is a question, madam. Madam, students have a right to protest. Denying student electricity, water and food merely because they are protesting is unacceptable. It is unacceptable, madam. Madam, not only that, madam, when the students were arrested, for 24 hours, the parents, the children of the faculty member, the wife of a faculty member didn't knew where the husband and where the students are. Is this? क्या ये इंसाफ है दलितों के साथ, मुसलमानों के साथ? Out of the 25 arrested, 7 to 8 are Muslims and rest of them are all Dalits. क्या ये दलित के साथ, मुसलमानों के साथ क्या ये इंसाफ है? 24 घंटे तक आप बोलते नहीं है, बताते नहीं है कि कहां है. And moreover, madam, when they were arrested, few of them were bundled up in an ambulance. Few of them were bundled up in a police van, and they were taken from one police station to another, from another to the third police station. On the way from the police station, they were beaten up by the police. उनको लाठियों से मारा गया, madam. I would like to make a demand. Let all party delegation go to the Cherlapalli jail and visit the arrested people and see that what I am saying is wrong or right. They are red and blue. The body is red and blue. The faculty members' head is hurt. They are in distress. And many youngsters ran away. They are not there, madam. I want to know why for 24 hours those students and the faculty members were not shown as arrested is a question which needs to be answered. Madam, I would say that I have the full trust over the government. I know our Chief Minister is committed towards the SCs, STs, Dalits and minorities. There is no doubt about it. But if Chief Minister Saab is not going to question the police, the law and order will go out of the hand. And I would come on record and say that the police is misguiding the government, misusing the name and bringing in the bad name to the government. They did the same with the Aler encounter, where innocent Muslims were encountered. That time also high-handedness of police was there, and today also it is the same thing, madam. Madam, I would like to know, the assault, the University Act must act to ensure it remains an inclusive place for everyone. There must be no discrimination against those who belong to certain caste or profiling of students because they are politically active on this issue. Said, madam, at the same time, the assault of students in the campus, their arrest by the police violates many provisions of, this is very important, I want the House to make a note, the assault of students in campus and their arrest by the police violates many provisions of Scheduled Caste and Scheduled Tribe. Prevention of Atrocity Act and Indian Constitution, Article 19 of Constitution guarantees the right to freedom of speech and expression and the freedom of peaceful assembly. Arrest of peaceful protesters violate India's obligation under international law, specifically the International Convention on Civil and Political Rights, ICCPR, to respect and to protect the right to freedom of expression in peaceful assembly, set out in Article 19 and Article 21 of that treaty. The arrest of the students and holding them for almost 24 hours without giving any information about the status is in breach of numerous international human rights standards, including the UN body of principles for the protection of all persons under any form of detention and imprisonment, madam. Madam panel speaker, I would like to say a few things and conclude, madam. Madam, my one question is that, and once again I question is that, the police is showing their enthusiasm on arresting of students and faculty of University of Hyderabad. While arresting the students, why the policemen did lathi charge? Why so brutally? Madam panel speaker, today too, आज भी सुबह में रोहित वेमुला की मां यूनिवर्सिटी कैंपस में एसेंशियल कमोडिटीज लेकर जाने की कोशिश करती है. She tried to enter the university campus. She was not allowed. She was pushed by the police and she fainted over there. She is admitted in the hospital. She is admitted in the hospital. The law and order is with the state government. आज BJP and government of India is trying that a bad name should come to the government, to which the people of Hyderabad and the state of Telangana has imposed confidence in GHMC election, in Warangal election, in all other elections. People have given their vote of trust to this government. They want to defame the government. They are using this government. I, as an ally of this government, request the government to please expose all the people who were behind Rohit Vemula's death, the reasons for his death, the ministers or the VIPs who wrote the letter should be exposed, and whoever is responsible, they should be arrested for this, madam. Madam, I, at the same time, would like to make a demand to the government. Please, do not oppose the bail of the students and the faculty members on Monday. Let them come out on bail. Have an inquiry. I would also like to remind that कि आप बताइए तेलंगाना एजुटेशन में आंध्र प्रदेश के हुक्मरान थे, तेलंगाना के चीफ मिनिस्टर नहीं थे, लेकिन तेलंगाना एजुटेशन में कितना सब्र का मुजाहरा करे, कितना सब्र के साथ इस एजुटेशन के स्टूडेंट्स को डील करे. आज वक्त का तकाजा है कि आप भी उससे ज्यादा सब्र का मुजाहरा करें दलित स्टूडेंट्स के एजुटेशन के ऊपर। आप सब्र के साथ जाएं, हम आपके दोस्त हैं, इसलिए हम कह रहे हैं कि आप गौर करिए, आप दूसरों के जाल में मत फंसिए। वो आपको बदनाम करना चाहते हैं, आप इस बात को संजीदगी के साथ नोट कीजिए। एंड ऑल्सो मैडम, प्रोफेसर कोंडल राव इज एन इंचार्ज ऑफ अंबेडकर यूनिवर्सिटी, ही इज ऑल्सो अरेस्टेड। एंड मैं यह भी डिमांड करूंगा कि तेलंगाना गवर्नमेंट शुड मेक अ लॉ इन all other Telangana universities to protect, for protection of Dalit and minority students in future. This is very important. It is very important. Madam, at the same time, I would also like to bring across an Oriya student's mother working on daily wages, expired after learning about his son's arrest. In Karimnagar, student Prashant's father suffered heart attack after his son's arrest. So all these things needs to be addressed. मैं हुकूमत से मुतालबा करूंगा, दरखास्त करूंगा कि आप हालात की नजाकत को समझिए। नाइंसाफी हो रही है, नाइंसाफी पर एहतजाज हो रहा है और एहतजाज होता रहेगा। एहतजाज जमहूरियत और डेमोक्रेसी की ताकत है। एहतजाज को अगर हम बंद करेंगे तो फिर इससे सिर्फ पलटकर और हालात बिगड़ेंगे। मैं उम्मीद करता हूं, आई वंस अगेन लास्टली मैडम, आई वांट टू मेक अ डिमांड टू द गवर्नमेंट इज दैट please clarify everything right from the beginning till today. At the same time, I would urge the major opposition party, Congress, to support my demand of moving a resolution requesting, I'm using the word requesting or demanding the government of India to call back the Vice Chancellor of Hyderabad Central University. The third demand I would like to make is that all the arrested people should be released. No further arrest should be made. The mess should open up. Essential commodities should be allowed. The media and outsiders should be allowed in the campus. They should be allowed to visit, and a justice should be given, and a confidence building measures needs to be given. And I hope with the conclusion that the Honorable Chief Minister and the government will give a very good reply to boost up the confidence and the morale of the Dalit and the minority students of the state, madam. I thank you very much for giving me this opportunity, madam.